Well, hey y'all, my name is Bradley Burroughs, and I am a former student of Miss Miller. And recently she reached out and asked if I would be interested in sharing a little bit about my leadership story, as well as some perspectives on leadership as we are currently in COVID-19. And I am more than happy to help her out and help anyone that's watching just maybe learn some insights that I've been able to experience and some things about my story. So I'll just jump right in and talk a little bit about my leadership story. With any good story, there's a theme. And so with I was thinking about what themes have been truly influential in my life. And the first thing that came to mind were my friends. And I am so fortunate to have the friends that I do. I have friends from high school who are wonderful and have a lot of friends from college who are just as great. And they care about me. They support me. They love me. They challenge me. They laugh with me. They cry with me. It's such a great place for me to be. And I recognize not everyone has that, but I hope you do. And I encourage you that it's quality over quantity. So I rather have three best friends than 100 people who semi care. And that's just been important to my leadership story, and it's how I grow, and that's how I've been able to develop to where I am today. I think of kind of two. I don't know if anyone's a visual thinker or visual learner, but when I think about my friends and the influence they have had, I think of a coffee pot. So the coffee pot, you put the water in and it drains through the ground, and then from there that's where you get the pot of coffee. So I think of this as like my friends are the water. This community that I am so fortunate to be in, they're the water that goes and they pour into me, truthfully. And then me, I kind of am the grounds. And so what comes out of this mixture is coffee. It's the substance. So it's a little bit. I think I add the flavor, I guess, of the coffee to whatever I'm able to produce and whatever I'm able to use to lead and help others. But a lot of it just comes from what I've been able to gain from my friends. So a question for anyone watching: it's who is in your community? Who is your community? What does that look like? Do you have people that are pouring into your life, that are helping you become the better version of yourself? Who are the people that you trust? So think about that. I know that I have, definitely, with thinking about my leadership story. And then the other thing I think about, another theme that has been a part of my leadership story, is the concept of opportunities and challenges in the way that you can seek them out, both of them, and also that they can seek you out. So I think it's easiest to explain seeking out opportunities because that makes, I think, the most sense, and something maybe we all have experienced. So you see something that you want. There is either an event, a skill, knowledge, or an ability that you want. So because of your desires, because of your passion, and even your curiosity, you seek that out. So you go for it. You do the best you can. You build up these skills, and you reach and you reach and you work hard to get to this opportunity, and hopefully it works out. And then also seeking out challenges. This is not my favorite thing to do. I'll be just completely honest, but it's been so important to my leadership story, seeking out challenges. So they don't have to be these big challenges. It's, to me, a challenge is just anything that's gonna be a little uncomfortable. That's gonna take me out of my comfort zone, and that's good because it helps me grow, expand my leadership abilities and my knowledge and my strengths in this area. So although it can be scary, it can be difficult, but seeking out those challenges, never being complacent with where you are in your leadership, I think is the number one thing with that. And as I mentioned that you can seek those two things out, they can also seek you out. So when an opportunity seeks you out, I'm a true believer that you did something, or I did something, to demonstrate that I have the ability, the skill, or the knowledge to do it well. And so it's this idea that your actions truly speak louder than words. So because of my hard work, because I was able to demonstrate this skill set, someone noticed, someone thought that the work I was doing stood out among others, and they thought it'd be worthwhile to invest in me in that way. And the last part, I think this is the hardest part of everything, is the challenges that seek you out. And those are not fun. I think we can call it out. It sucks sometimes because you sometimes you don't know when to expect it, or how it's going to happen, or what obstacles are going to be placed in front of you. But those are just as important to my leadership story as anything else, because I think those truly tested my values. And I think summarizing kind of all this is thinking about what are the opportunities and challenges that you seek out. What are your interests? What are your passions? And how do you go about that? And then are you prepared for the opportunities and challenges that seek you out? Both the good sense where an opportunity can seek you out, or the challenges that seek you out. And your values are so fundamental in that way. And I think actually that can relate really to where we are now with COVID-19. We are in a position where a challenge came up that nobody was prepared for. And we are seeing people's values truly highlighted in the spotlight, from individuals to organizations to companies. There are some companies who their actions have demonstrated that their values are about people, about serving the best interests of those who work for them. And some, unfortunately, we don't see that. And again, I think that just speaks volumes to the type of organizations that they are, as well as the type of values that they have. And so for me, it's important during this time to check my values. Like what are my values? What do I care about? And what am I going to stick to no matter what happens, through the good and the bad? What is my value? And how am I demonstrating that so other people can notice it as well? And then I think the last part is, with COVID, is just the sense of responsibility. This world is not made for you. It is made for us. So to me, it's so important that we recognize that, especially in this time, that we have more responsibilities than we asked for. It's part of the challenges. Like, I've been working from home for 4 weeks, and although I love working in my pajamas, I hate that I don't get to see my students as often as I do, or that I don't get to see my friends, or I can't just go to my some family friend's house and hang out for the evening. It sucks. It's not fun, but that's me. That's my desire. Right now, responsibility is asking everyone to uphold what's best for the community, what's best for other people. And I think that's something to think about. What are your responsibilities right now? Do you have people that you have to take care of? Are there new things that you kind of have to figure out, but if you are not responsible enough, it could go haywire? And even too, from a leadership perspective, who is looking to you at this time? And are you being the role model that you would want to be for them? And I think about that a lot with my students, is if I go out and I'm not being responsible during this time, that sends a message that they don't have to either. And I don't want that. I don't want my students to be in that position. And so it's recognizing what your responsibilities are. So I guess that kind of also connects to a community. So holding each other accountable within your community and holding each other responsible for what's important. And I guess full circle, that's what's been so important to me in my community, is that I have that support, I have that love, and it makes it easier. And yeah, so I guess to wrap it all up and summarize it, thinking about my story, it's been my friends in my community. So who are those people? It's about the opportunities and challenges. So which ones are you seeking out, which truly probably align with your passions and curiosities, and which ones are seeking you out, for better or for worse? Then it's thinking about, with COVID, the challenge that we're all facing. It's what are your values and how are you demonstrating that? And lastly, what are your responsibilities right now? And are you upholding, to the best of your abilities, those responsibilities? I'll kind of end it with this. This is not supposed to be easy. If anything, this is hard. It's hard on a lot of people in a lot of different ways, both for just social reasons, for financial reasons, especially. There's just a lot that is not easy, but I truly think some of the best skills we learn come from the darkest times. Like, the light really shines on us in these dark places. And I want the light and the actions I have and the people I am connecting with to be good ones. And so I say that to almost give you permission that if you feel like this sucks, then you have that right to feel that way. Absolutely, 100%. But don't let that get you down, and don't let that stop you from being the leader that you want to be. If anything, let this motivate you. I hope it does. So it's important just to keep this in mind. Hopefully this has been interesting enough for you and helpful in some type of way. I appreciate all that everyone is doing to contribute to the greater good and be the best person they can be, best leader that they can be. And with that, I'll kind of just say thank y'all so much. Stay healthy, stay well, and stay happy. All right. Thank y'all.